I feel blessed with the skills that I've been given, but more importantly, I just have this drive to accomplish what was set out to be accomplished for me.
Yeah.
And it's keeps me up at night sometimes, but the family is the real like center point that keeps it connected.
Who were you closest with growing up? I'm always curious about that.
That's interesting, because I'm like, you say that and I think of different people in different times that I've been very close with. But I think like I've always, and I know isolation's a bad thing, but I've always like found a lot of internal like peace and dialogue.
Yeah, I hate people
like,
too.
I've always kind of, I mean, it's the easiest
I'm in
way to
sales,
say
but
it.
I don't like people, yeah.
Yeah, like I've always kind of been my own closest, but I've always felt very close to who I am inside, which I think is just like been really behind everything that happens after that.
I've gotten more isolated over time, or as opposed to growing up, it was split household, and my parents split up when I was 6, and I stayed with my mom. But I'm always curious in regard to, especially, you know, when I sit down with somebody successful, and I'm like curious, I'm like, what were the things that imprinted on you, or just the monumental people that kind of helped you become you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everything, either directly or indirectly, has some type of impact in molding you into the person you are.
Yeah, I think, you know, a couple of people that I was really close with in important years of my life were my soccer coach in high school. Yeah. You know, his whole mission was to turn boys to men and to teach them some sort of just like discipline and like self-awareness of responsibility in life. And I didn't necessarily like go home to that every day. Like my grandpa died when I was, I mean, I've had both of my grandpas die, and I'm close to my dad now. But it's tough when you're growing up and you don't have two parents at home, and there's a lot of like, I don't know, my mom worked hard. You know how it goes.
Absolutely.
It's like
a piece of me is like, man, you know what? When I have a child, I'm gonna put them through hell because I went through hell and I want them to turn out good. Because I look at myself and I was like, I'm pretty successful. You know what I mean, for being 24 years old. But statistics don't lean in the favor of individuals like you and I, or probably, I guess I should say, 25% of this room, because there should be another one of you should have grew up in a fatherless home. You know what I mean? Just based off what studies say. And so when I look at it, though, studies actually say that we should make less. You know, one of us should be incarcerated. Somebody should be dead. So it's like it's not good to have a broken
Neither of
home.
us should be married, right?
Yes.
Like that's...
You are, though.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's like the craziest... dude, straight up, just like when I found out my girl was pregnant, I knew the responsibility that was kind of endowed on me from that point. Like, love my girl, so that was an easy option. But like now I'm responsible for a kid, right? Like
It just now impacted me, because you have the beard, of like, you made it with a child at 18 years old, because I couldn't even imagine making it with a child right now. You know what I mean? Like at 24, and I'm like, you got 3, you know? So it's like, I don't think, because life is hard, the world is hard, it's expensive. You know, I couldn't imagine. I just look at it's like, and I look at children as like, it's either $1 million asset or $1 million liability. You know what I mean? That is the biggest investment you're going to make in your entire life. And because that's an investment that truly does, like, very few things literally live on past you, or they should live on past you. And that's something where it's like you said, you immediately recognize the responsibility, but it kind of like triggered for me of like, that's a lot of kudos there. Like I look at your stat sheet here in regard to the notes that we took on you and studying you, and it's like, you've done phenomenal things at the age of 26. You're still 26 right now, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, everything you've accomplished, you against the odds, broken home, child at 18, like, you definitely should have just been like, like in like a like a trailer park. You know what I mean? Like,
But I still am I'm white trash still, right?
yeah.
No. Can you say that? Oh no, I don't
Yeah.
want to get you demonetized.
No, we have to be monetized first.
Yeah.
we have to get monetized.
I know that word's canceled, but still, it's just like, I mean, look, yeah, dude, I'm single mom, teen dad, like
Yes.
whatever you want to call it. I'm
Yeah.
here, and like, we're here. There's a million excuses, but
So
there's
many.
one life that you have to like
Yeah.
really go after it.
Yeah, yeah.
I read this book, so when I was 18, I got kind of like what flipped the script in my mind. I started to get mentors. I read a book called Die Empty by Todd Henry.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're big on books, but yeah, I would check this one out.
Just saying not to focus.
Hey, look, I don't. Look, the set decoration's definitely on point, but if you read all of those, I'm even more impressed. No, but
Die Empty.
Die Empty by Todd Henry, and it is a mindset shifter. You walk away from that book, really. I mean,
Was that like a book that just life changing? Is that where you decide? Like, did you read the book and then go get mentors, or what clicked for you?
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
the
just
book?
like make goals. Like, what are your 3-day plan, 5-day plan? So, and then once you get that, what's your 3-month plan? And
Yeah.
that's what I needed in life.
Yeah.
I had, yeah, dude. I mean, when my first daughter was born, I had $800 of credit card debt.
Yes.
And I looked at this child that I was responsible for and felt so irresponsible.
Yes.
And every day, every hour you work since then is like getting up the hill.
Yes.
And that's just like what I got out of that book is you only have one chance to make it up the hill.
Oh my God.
You
yes.
can't give up, and once you give up and turn around and wave the flag, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well now you're not going to see the fullest of the sight that was made for you, right?
Yeah.
Reach your potential. And that's really my biggest thing, man, has just been trying to reach the potential that was given. I feel blessed with the skills that I've been given, but more importantly, I just have this drive to accomplish what was set out to be accomplished for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's keeps me up at night sometimes, but the family is the real like center point that keeps it connected.
So what inspired you to get into filmmaking? Like, what pushed you? Like, 18, you read this book, it changes your perspective, you start making goals. But were you interested in film prior to that?
Yeah, my come up was like a lot of shooting and editing and just like quick music videos, little skits with my friends. I think the dream once you start making things is to make movies, to make the full,
What was the first camera you worked with?
The first camera I worked with was a Canon T3i.
Yeah.
And I was terrible. I knew nothing. Everything looked bad. Like, I know that now. But I think when you're coming up, you think everything you're making is
glorious,
as good as it gets.
Yeah.
And it was a great learning experience.
Yeah.
Now we have Reds and the Sonys and all of that.
What's your favorite?
What's my favorite camera? I like shooting Alexa Mini LF, which is like, super nice, crispy. Your favorite Netflix show might be shot on it.
Yeah.
I also like the look of film, but mostly like when it's done right and not just done for like a vibe. It's done for actually like stylistic reasons. But like for me, even I think really just a good cinematographer can make a bad camera look like $1 million.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's just about knowing what to do with the camera. And
what's the difference between a cinematographer and like a videographer?
Mm-hmm. I guess in today, it's really what you make it.
Okay.
I think a cinematographer is mostly focusing, though, on the lighting and composition of the shot and how it all plays in the story, versus a videographer is, in my mind, is someone that you kind of is more of a run and gun. You're more directing them on what needs to be done versus artistic vision being pulled together.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you get inspired. You're doing film at a young age. It's more so the movies. What movies pulled you into wanting to make movies?
Yeah, the movies that really got me into wanting to do what I do now is it's kind of like a laundry list. Like
I have a favorite movie list that has 70 movies on it.
Oh my goodness! So I'll try to keep it to like 3. I loved The Pursuit of Happiness. School of Rock is a classic, and like none of the films I'm gonna name ever are like perennial. Like oh yeah, that movie's like the best movie ever. But the one movie that I think would fall on that list is Shawshank Redemption.
Oh god,
because
it's
just
movie.
like the ultimate.
Such a great movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Phenomenal movie.
The redemption story of just like
Yes.
humanity. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Troy. That's one of my favorite movies.
Troy, I'll be honest, I don't know if I made it all the way through.
Oh my god,
I
I've
know.
watched it 1,000 times.
Oh my god, I feel bad. It's like Spartan movies. Like I didn't get through 300.
That's pretty much like all of my favorite movies.
I haven't made it through Game of Thrones.
Oh my god, seriously?
No, yeah. I mean, and I watch probably less TV and media than a lot of people probably think that
Yeah.
I do. It's just
Because
like,
you're more so just working on your own content.
Honestly, I'll watch our own stuff 10 times before it comes out versus watching. I mean, the last show I watched was White Lotus.
Yeah.
That was great. But I'm not just out here like diving in.
Yeah.
My general rule of thumb, I'll wait till a show has a second season.
That's
and
kind
then
of smart.
before I get into it.
So, what was your first big gig?
Ooh. I think the Taco Bell thing was the first big one. Just because I was in high school and they flew me out to LA from Monroe, and it happened on like a week notice.
Yeah.
And it was on TV, and it was like a full. I mean, we shot it at the studio that they were shooting Mad Men at. They were shooting the last season of Mad Men, and then a 17-year-old was directing a Taco Bell commercial.
What did this thing look like? This Taco Bell commercial?
It's online. It's the Taco Bell Fiery Doritos Locos Tacos premiere, and the girls that play twins in that.
It's on YouTube?
I think it's on my personal YouTube from like high school. Oh buddy, here we go. And the girls from this commercial ended up becoming like I don't want to say like superstars, but they have like a 2 or 3 or maybe even 5 million subscriber YouTube channel, the Morel twins.
Way more monetized than mine.
And this was like their first commercial, I want to say. Sorry, I'm like.
No, you're good.
Okay, so the top one's the fake one I made, which is we don't have to watch that. This is the one that we made in LA. I don't know how it works on your thing, but I'm in it. I wrote it, I directed it, and this is obviously not the final sound mix version. This is just.
You're gonna have to like point you out with you not having a beard.
I know. So that's me.
Okay, I was gonna say I think that's it.
I'm the baby, and then this guy, he was in like American Sniper and a bunch of movies after this. So this was the Genesis, and it's so bad, isn't it?
It was like bad but good.
Well, I mean, this is like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
so,
but like I want a taco, kind of.
Yeah, but like I'm also my own worst critic, and that really wasn't probably my best work. I ended up continuing to work for them though, despite all the odds.
Yeah,
and it was like really just like opened my eyes to almost like what the next wave of everything has been, which is you have to pursue those relationships you want in order. Like I was making the fake Taco Bell, like the fake ones we made. Honestly, I'm more proud of because there was so much more time that we had to spend on it versus this was like you are flown in to a casting call. You literally go to a writing session. The next morning you shoot the thing, and by the end of the day it's edited and done.
Yeah,
and that's like the process, and no complaints. I know the process now, but that, I mean, like, going from just what I was doing to this was ultimately like what opened my eyes to the reality that anything could be possible.
Was this broadcasted on television?
Oh yeah, no, it was on TV. It was their like rollout for the Fiery DLT.
So you were like famous in high school.
Yeah, no, when I graduated high school, I had like 30,000 Twitter followers before like Twitter was a thing, and was making YouTube videos and doing live streams. I wouldn't consider it famous, but definitely for 2013, it was like
way ahead of the game.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was the type of guy that would have like an Instagram account go to 10K followers and then get taken down, and then like, oh, go follow my new account. Like, old one got deleted at 10K or whatever. Like, that was old internet hacker chase. I mean, I used to have, I mean, this was done under a pseudonym. Under Chauncey Crawford, which is like the OG, like, fake name. Get all of my bad work out of the way. Because I kind of always felt that I wanted to keep my name clean. I mean, it all comes back together in the end, but it's like, you know, Soderbergh, he'll write the movies under a different name, edit his movies under a different name, shoot his movie. Like, he has all of these aliases, but he still does the thing. In his original movies, he was credited as everything, but I think over time people get really sensitive about the credits they take. And for me, I'm just like, dude, we're the creators and makers and doers. So whoever wants whatever credit, they can have it. We're here to get the job done.
What's your favorite project you've done up until this point?
Well, I think one of my favorite projects is the one that's coming out in theaters in April, Shooting Doves, potentially undergoing a name change. There's a lot of things up in the air, but it's shot under the name Shooting Doves. It's about racial reconciliation and like...
So like theaters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like
AMC down here.
Yeah. So there's a company called Fathom Events that we're working with to get a day and date for the official like release, but they do like 800 theaters in one night, and then they'll run a bunch of promotional campaigns and stuff around that. And for independent films, that's like the best way to get your film on a platform. They're super selective about projects they take on, but this one was kind of like our little COVID pride piece out of Cincinnati. All of the, you know, indie talent got together, and there's over a dozen original songs in the film. It's about like two worship leaders who are, you know, going through the essentially revitalization of an urban neighborhood in Cincinnati, and kind of telling that story from two different lenses of, oh, there's a lot that we don't understand about each other, but really we have more in common than we all think. And, you know, really it's just the people with money. There's the people with money who are pulling all the strings and kind of, you know, the ones buying the buildings and doing that. And it's not necessarily us against anyone. It's just like more finding that middle ground and where we can all grow from. So that's the movie. And it's probably weird hearing that I'm like the only white guy on the film. So you're interviewing the wrong guy about the talking point of the film. But it was written and directed by a guy named Craig Brown out of Cincinnati, who is, for this being his first feature, it's really, really good. I mean, it's getting into a bunch of theaters. So.
And then what's your role with the movie?
I produced the film.
So what's the difference between like writing, directing, producing?
So writers write the film. You know, they write the words the actors say, and directors will direct the actors on how to say them, where they should be, give input on, you know, camera movement, that sort of deal. Producers make all that happen. We find the actors, we find the camera guys, we find the location. You know, we get all of the contracts and paperwork up to snuff to where after we shoot it, we can put it out and no one's going to sue us. Like, we're the ones checking the boxes and kind of just playing that behind the curtains role of emailing, just, for lack of better words, producing. Because, producers produce results, and, like, you have to put, you know, if there's a scene that needs 50 extras, well, looks like we got to find 50 extras. And indie producing is pretty much as hard as it gets as far as like cutting your teeth in the production world. A lot of people will work their way up the chain of, you know, advertising studios or work their way in as someone's assistant in LA or New York. And really doing it independently has been the biggest blessing for us because, you're a small fish in a big pond, but also like you can start to expand the size of your own pond over time versus being like a big fish in someone else's pond that they're kind of controlling more or less. If I would have started my career 6 years ago at Netflix, I probably wouldn't be half as far up the chain as I could like cross convert now from growing a successful independent company and being like, oh yeah, Netflix is hiring X position. That's like, you can pay me.
Is that your
enough
plan
money
to transit? No.
What we're growing with 4x3 is a media catalog of comedy specials, independent films. We're trying to create like.
So you'll produce any film, but is your niche comedy?
I mean, like we're pretty much studio that. This is a small portion of our 4x3 crew, but we have, a whole team that's really locked into producing films, comedy specials. We release about 12 films a year, and we're going for releasing a special every week. Okay. So I mean, like, call it whatever you want. I don't know what. Yeah. I don't even know what to call us sometimes, but we're.
So if I'm a comedian, what am I running through you if I want to release a special? Like, what am I? You guys just. You're finding me the cameraman. You're finding me.
Well, we'll shoot it. That's what. So that's that's what we're doing.
So you can do everything. You can shoot it, edit it, produce it, and then advertise it as well.
And we get it on platforms. We have like Tubi, Amazon Prime.
Oh, so literally by media catalog, you mean that you guys can do it all from front to back?
Exactly.
Okay. Are there other like massive companies in comparison that?
Yeah, like Sony, like exactly.
Pixar,
it's like
so it's like that.
Recreating it on an independent scale is what we're doing right now, and it's obviously like such a long game. But I think the biggest traction we've gotten with comedy is that there's really talented people out there.
So talented.
That Comedy Central's not flying to Iowa to film a special for this guy, and
Now, how did comedians usually don't got any bread until like they're doing big shows? So how are you getting how are you creating packages that are suitable for those comedians that don't have any money?
Yeah, so we're like straight up innovating the space. Our deal is we bring the production cost to you, no upfront charge, and we split the revenue 50-50. So it is like,
oh, that's pretty sweet.
Totally innovating
how
specials get made, produced, and put out there.
Yeah.
Because we're seeing it as a joint partnership of us bringing our talents to the table, you bringing your talents to the table, and we're both going to equally be a part of the long-term success.
Do they cover the upfront, like, man hours?
Like, no. They have no out-of-pocket expense.
So you take care of everything
and they
up
keep
front.
100%. Yeah, we take care of the upfront cost. You keep the ticket sales. We're more interested in building a weekly release schedule where we can be the lyrical lemonade of comedy if we have a good enough, consistent enough schedule of good enough and consistent enough comedians.
Yeah,
people will. I mean, sorry to get too on my.
No. I'm
but
curious,
no.
In regard to like, so the profit comes from, if it's not the ticket sales, what does it come from?
YouTube.
Yeah.
So, and like all of the other streaming platforms, and we're on Spotify, like with the albums, and we're monetizing everywhere that we can, trying to get, because like SiriusXM runs clips on the radio.
Yeah.
Tubi has like 30 of our specials on their platform. So there's a lot of ways to monetize, but kind of like the key traffic driver for us is like our Instagram and our TikTok. Like we'll post the clips of the jokes. Those will run up. People will be looking for the full special, click on our page, and eventually find the YouTube where we're posting all of these. And, we had been premiering our original stuff on Tubi and Prime and all of these different platforms, but we realized, like, we're doing the heavy lifting of converting audience to them. They should be promoting this to their audience, and then we'll also promote it to our audience and build our own audience over time.
Yeah.
But for us to just build into Tubi's model blind, like over time, it just doesn't. It makes less and less sense.
Yeah.
And when we have, when we've been, last year we shot 28 specials, 30 specials somewhere. I forget, but when you have the ability to do a consistent release schedule, and literally all of social is talking about like, yeah, build this thing, do this thing. And it's like, okay, well, we can post clips every day and we can post long form every week and we can build out series from there. But I think our channel could quickly grow to 50, 100,000 subscribers and even past that. Just because we're 7 specials in, 8 specials in. And I mean, our social numbers from before we released specials on our YouTube to after, I think we started around, I don't know, 10, 15,000 followers before, like end of October. And now we're north of 80,000 followers across all platforms.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, like last week, Instagram was growing almost 1,000 followers a day.
Wow.
Just because we had like 14 posts that were actively viral. Like every time we refreshed, it was another like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane. What's your like hottest piece, so far?
Hottest one's been Ryan Goldshire. He's an impressionist. He does, like the Leo DiCaprio clip he has. I think it got 2 or 3 million views on every platform we posted it on.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey, he has a good one there. Morgan Freeman. Joe Biden. Oh my God, his Joe Biden's hilarious. Yeah. I will not defame Ryan Goldshire's impressions, but we all try to do our own little
Can
impression.
We pull it up?
Yeah.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And like the cool thing about all of our like YouTube shorts that go viral is they all have like this little call to action on it. Here, I'll show you. So like,
we live in a really interesting time. We're living in Joe Biden's America.
Oh, I've seen this guy.
Joe Biden's my favorite president to hear speak. Why? Because I like riddles. Every time he's on TV, it's like a new ad lib. He's like, folks, I was a little boy. America was a small town. I broke my elbow. Broken elbow, ages 4 to 9. Going to the doctor was also the mayor, folks. The doctor didn't pay him any money. You gotta give him garlic bread. You give him a whole bushel of garlic bread, folks. Dr. Mayor garlic bread. What? That's the president.
So these videos, they all have this burn and full special, and it converts a lot of click through to our page. That special.
You could sub.
Okay, I'll drop a sub. Thank you, appreciate it, man. Love. That special just hit 350K views though.
See, we need some shit
we're
like
back
this.
to the taco video. But yeah, no, this is like been our whole game, is just consistently releasing and publishing the specials, promoting the clips across all platforms.
Yeah. So you recorded all of that, edited, and then put it out.
Yeah, I mean, we found Ryan, flew him from LA to Cincinnati.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, like we went all in on Ryan because and it's crazy. We were just talking about it at the Raven Room, and when he did a special with us, he like genuinely had no reason to work with us. Like, It was the second special we had shot. He had already been on Ellen. He had already done the Dana Carvey.
Wow.
And like won the Dana Carvey impression show. Like his impressions had been seen, and it was really the deal that set us apart.
Was Ellen still like on TV?
When like he was on it like 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Ellen's not on TV anymore.
Oh, okay.
No. He didn't do that from this.
Okay.
But he had already accomplished so much in comedy, and no one was calling to work with him.
Yeah.
And that's where we were like, bro, you want to do this?
Yeah.
And from the special, he went from 7,000 followers when we dropped it, and he just passed 80,000 followers on Instagram.
Wow.
Like,
And he lives in L.A.?
yeah, but he's from Chicago.
See, I'm going to have to hit him up.
Yeah, what is it? Riverbrook North? Is that a town?
Probably.
That sound when you combine
one
too
in
many
English from
words.
Chicago.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I know nothing.
I've only been here 2 years. She's probably been here 2 months. Yeah, I have no idea. None of us know Chicago, but that was sweet. That was cool.
Yeah, and all of those. So it's crazy. So when those little clips go viral on YouTube, YouTube's pretty much pushing an ad for our page to go watch these specials. And like, yeah, one of those little clips got like 1 million views on YouTube.
Was that your most viral one?
Let's see. I don't know. Most viral ones would be Leo DiCaprio is at like 3 mil on IG. Probably 3 mil on TikTok as well.
Can we see that one?
Yeah.
There's IG too if you need to search IG.
Here's my impression of Leonardo DiCaprio on his girlfriend's 25th birthday.
Oh God.
All right, looks like we're done here.
And that's it. Yeah, dude, and it's crazy. That has like
That's
a bunch of hits. I mean, this one's a long one. This is like at 1.2 million on YouTube.
Holy shit.
That's like the yin and
Now, what do
yang
they pay?
of-
Is it per view? Like,
Yeah, it's so shorts aren't monetized.
I thought we were gonna be monetized when we hit over 1,000 subs, and then I have my assistant look at it, and she's like, "Sorry, you don't have 4,000 watch hours." And I was like, I felt like such a hoe. I was like, oh my God.
Well, that's the cool thing with the specials is like people watch the whole special,
Yeah.
so they can drop 7 or 8 ads in one of the specials, and you can really like run up some numbers. But as far as like, I mean, like we haven't even seen the real numbers yet. We just started dropping these like 8 weeks ago,
I
so it's
saw
all
something a week or so ago on a podcast that said YouTube made updates in regard to like no swearing for monetization whatsoever. Like you can't even say like crap. Is that true?
That's not true.
Not true?
No, I think that it just runs different or lower paying ads, but I have no.
No, you guys haven't had any hiccups.
No.
Okay.
So
Again, we don't have to worry about it because we're not monetized yet. So
yeah, yeah. As far as like YouTube's content policy, they're always picky on what they're gonna give like the best and highest paying ads to, but you know, to totally censor someone to determine whether they're gonna get money is.
I'll use a black card on them.
Yeah, we'll all have to just really. I'll see what card I can pull. I don't know if there's anything I have left. I'm not I'm not really in the position. I'm definitely a great ally. I'll be right behind you, cheering you on.
Yes.
But yeah, man, the whole comedy special thing has really just opened a whole new world of opportunities for us. And yeah, I mean, here in Chicago, we're shooting. So like, we'll come in.
Yeah, what all are you guys doing for Chicago?
Yeah, we'll come into a town, and so we got in here on Wednesday. We shot Wednesday night a special. We shot a special last night. We also shot an event called Put It on Tape, which is where comics who like maybe don't feel ready for that 30 yet, or they got 10 really good minutes that they want to put on camera for festival submission or whatever. And we had 12 comics on that show. So we had 2 shows last night. And then we had...
Were these live settings or just...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So we were in Wrigleyville for that, and then the Lincoln Lodge for the other show.
You guys doing any shows tonight?
Yeah, we're at Lincoln Lodge tonight at 7.
How far is that?
It's probably like 25, 30 minutes away. It's downtown.
Oh, that's an hour away.
Yeah, an hour away. It's snowy right now.
That's 8 hours away. I'd have to fly.
I know they got you out here in Oak Brook.
Yes.
And, dude, you ever watch the polo team over here?
What polo team?
The Oak Brook Polo Club. I made a documentary about the Oak Brook Polo Club.
I have no idea.
Oh, man, this is one of my passion works.
For real?
Oh, yeah. I came up here in COVID, and, I mean, documented.
Is polo where they're on the back of the horse?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
They're on the horse, and they...
There's no way there's a polo club.
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, in
I'm
Oak
going to have
Brook.
to sign her up for this.
Oak Brook Polo Club is like the oldest polo club in the U.S.
That's insane, dude.
And there's
I don't think I'd fit in. I feel like there'd be some old white dude on like with a horse and like a pipe in his mouth. Get over here, boy. And I'd be
Dude.
like, It's 2023, brother.
You talking about the great community of polo athletes like that? No, I'm just kidding.
I have no idea.
Dude, polo is I think I had pretty much no background in the sport before I worked on that, and then I'm sure you remember how COVID was. It was just like
no polo.
Yeah, and for us on the video side, it was like anything going down, we're definitely shooting.
Yeah.
And we got hit up about this doc, and it actually ended up being like this really cool story of this dude who pretty much saved polo in Chicago. And Prince Charles used to come here in the 1980s and 90s. British royalty would come literally.
Yeah.
I don't even know. There's like a big golf court, Butler National Park.
Yeah, no idea. I can't golf.
And that's where all that went down. But it's kind of far away from downtown.
I think the only polo I've ever seen is like Family Guy skits because I watch Family Guy like religiously.
It is. I'll tell you. I'll just brain dump everything I remember. The field is 400 yards long.
That's insane.
There are 5 people on horses, I think. 1 ball. They have the big stick. But each team, the owner plays. So, like, the older white gentleman usually. Yeah. And the other players on the team are, like, Argentinian or, like, polo is huge in Argentina. Yeah. And these players, like, are actually on these guys' payroll to, like, keep up with the horses and the farm and, like, really be the best polo team.
Sounds like glorified slavery, but...
Dude,
the way you're describing this, there's an old white guy, there's a couple brown guys.
Dude, it is. I mean, I would say, look,
they get paid, but they take care of the horses.
I might go down there and try it if things keep going the way they are. He seems to. All these guys seem to.
There's a significant amount of money in those weird sports, though. It's like somebody will come in and like make a couple million. Oh, they're in the NFL. Then somebody comes in, they're basically borderline a billionaire. It's like, what do they do? Oh, they're a cricket player. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's like Elon Musk is going to just say, I was really passionate about space.
Yes.
And let's ignore all the PayPal and stuff.
Yeah.
I was a genius, but now I'm passionate about space. I like when people take that weird spin of like, no, don't talk to me about what you actually know me for. Talk to me about this new thing.
Yes, yeah. Man, he's going through a lot right now.
So, do you ever go to any comedy shows?
Like we said in the very beginning, I'm very like antisocial. If it's like further than 3.5 minutes, I don't want to go. You know what I mean? So it's like, but I'll bring comedians here and like try to get them to do their bits, on the podcast, which they typically don't want to do, and then I like to laugh that way. I'll go if Joe Rogan's in town. Obviously, I got to go see Rogan. Yeah. So, but I'm starting to fall more in love with up and coming comedians because they gotta try harder. I love the professionalism of like the Burt Kreischers and
Tom Segura.
Tom Segura. I love those 2 guys. But it's like there's something about an up and coming comedian that's just like that desperation and that grit to like put together like even sometimes like I almost like when they like what do they call it when they fucking don't bomb. There's something you can almost kind of laugh even equally like hard as like holy shit dude you're making me feel really awkward, you know what I mean? So there's something like I don't know and there's comedy in person is 8 million times better than like watching a special, but a put together like a really good special is really, really good too. I had another producer on. I only know him by his Instagram handle, is Chicago GoPro.
Oh, the Chicago Pro. I think that's how we got connected.
I think so too. And I was like, hey, and he's really detailed with his work, and he was a really cool guy. But like even like he had said like there's something different, about watching a special and then like being there live in action. And my vision is, and it probably like I'm just being lazy, is I want to start paying the comedians to just come and do 10-minute 30-minute like stretches just to the sales for just to switch it up, you know what I mean? It's like because 99% of our meetings are like Wolf of Wall Street, you better sell or you're gonna die meetings, you know what I mean? So it's like it'd be cool, I feel like, to switch it up and like laugh and then like let's go make some sales, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So it's like, and I bet I could get a lot of comedians up here for $100 for a half hour.
For sure.
You know what I mean? It's like, yo, bro, slide up here and just give us 30 minutes. I'll give you $100.
I'll drop the opportunity tonight, and I'll send you a dozen names.
Yeah, dude, and I've had a good bit on here, and I'm just like, yeah. we'll get to it. You know what I mean? I don't reach out. So it's like, that's something I want to do this year is like trying to have a comedian come out once a month or something. Let's do that right now.
Let's make it happen. Live on the air.
Yes.
So we're shooting Nathan Luntz tonight, and he does a podcast with a guy named Sam Talent.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of him.
Potentially. I'm really bad with names.
He's
probably on here and he'll see this.
Yeah. And then, tomorrow we're at the Annoyance Theater and Bar. I don't know if you've been there. Doing a guy named Trumaine Bradley.
Yeah.
And then Sunday we have Eric Esteban and the Bengals game.
Yeah.
And the Bengals are just going to keep taking over the world.
Joey Burrow.
Dude, look, Joey Burrow is our Lord and Savior.
He literally is.
We've been listening to ESPN 1000 while we're in town. There's so much unnecessary Bengals slander going down.
Yeah?
They're totally mad.
It's not as bad as I love the Cowboys. So we're on here and she just sends me a picture and goes, after the game, Dak threw his helmet in disgust and it was intercepted. And I'm like,
Mom.
Yeah, why would she send me this? Like, we'll say goodbye to your mortgage next month. You know what I mean?
Dude, the Cowboys, we had a nasty 3-game parlay. Jags, Bengals, Cowboys. That was like plus 2,200.
Yeah.
Dude, we thought for sure. Well, the Jags lost, which killed the whole bet. But I thought the Cowboys were going to beat the Niners. I don't know what happened.
What's up with the kicker? What's up with Dak Prescott? Just like absolutely. I keep seeing these horrible stats of is it Jalen Hurts? Is that the Eagles quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the dude's name? How was he born, made it to the NFL, made it to a playoff before the Cowboys have even won a playoff game? You know what I mean? And it's like 22, 23 years since they've won a playoff game or something like that. It's disgusting. It's insane.
Yeah, the Cowboys were looking strong, but yeah, Cincinnati. Hopefully we can win this year.
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx it, but
You just did.
I think everyone's on the same page.
Does Joe Burrow just play with a cigar in his mouth the whole time?
Dude, Joe Burrow, man.
Have you ever seen that Tom and Jerry like voiceover where he's got the cigar and he's like one hit and then pow, but like you guys know what I'm talking about, the where he pulls a cigarette. And I don't know what he said. He's like talking shit to obviously what's the mouse's name? Is it Jerry?
Which one's Tom? I think Tom's
got to be the cat. Tom. He does a pull off a cigarette, got a gun, and he like lights a cigarette. One pulls. He's like, one pull, bitch. And I don't know. It was hilarious, but I think of this and I'm like, what the absolute fuck? You know, and I have no idea where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I don't.
No
I wanted to maybe add on. Like, did Hunter S. Thompson write that episode? What were they doing with children's programming?
I have no idea.
But anyways, Joe Burrow, he probably does one hit.
Yeah, just one hit a cigar before. I remember the game after he won. He played at LSU, right?
Yeah. And
he's just cigared out. I'm like, kind of like he's like Jordan or Kobe. I'm like, dog, it's college, dude. You know what I mean? And now you got guys that play in college till they're 40 years old. Who's that dude? Was he at Georgia? I mean, he's older than all of us probably.
There's a quarterback at Northern Texas. It's like 28.
That's the Georgia's quarterback age. Yeah.
It's like, all right, well.
It's like the longest yard. They got like Adam Sandler. It's like, holy shit.
Well, and I wonder if those guys will get in. Like, I'm sure they'll get a shot at the NFL. But, like, dude, there's guys that are like 5 years younger than them that are starters.
They got to do something else.
All right, that's the Joe Burrow Power Hour, everyone. I appreciate you having me on.
Is there anything else you wanted to hit? Let me check your stat list.
We're just hanging out. We've been having a fun time.
This got funner as time went on, and I got less awkward.
No, once we realized that we're talking to two people who themselves are their best friends, it's like, oh, wow.
Well, the issue is if we ever start talking about comedy, I have this psychological issue where I start to like try to associate myself with whatever topic it is, and I'll get comedians on here, and I'll start thinking to myself, start telling jokes, just try to make a joke out of this, and I'm like, stop, shut the fuck up, like in my head, because in my head I'm like, you know what, you're a comedian. And I'm like, no, you're not. Shut up. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Because I'll be hearing their bits. I'm like, oh, I could do that. You know what I mean? It's like, that wasn't that good. And I'm like, don't do it. Don't. And then I'll like try to say something and nobody will laugh and I'll just try to play it off.
Yeah, you'd be like, I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I hated myself.
Exactly. And then we'll put it on TikTok and it'll be like 99% of the comments like, what the fuck is he saying? His suit doesn't fit. Like it's just
dude,
like
your suit is
it's a clean
point.
suit.
Yeah,
it's a clean suit. Luckily,
Congratulations.
can't see down here, but because it comes up high.
I mean, geez, oh Pete, dude.
Right?
Fresh AF.
4x3.
Yep.
On Instagram?
On Instagram, one word, everywhere, 4x3. Yeah, that's it. I have stickers somewhere.
We got stickers. Don't ask for them.
Yeah.
So
don't ask for them. Yeah, dude, I do my sticker pitch on your podcast by everyone. I'm gonna die of embarrassment.
That sounds like a good thing to get into. The
Dude,
profit margin off stickers has to be massive.
Well, I don't sell them. I literally don't. I don't sell the hoodies.
Yeah.
I pretty much give away hoodies,
Yeah.
stickers. Anyone that is like rocking with what we're doing, they're more than embraced.
Yeah.
So
good marketing.
I try. I prefer to do this than pretty much anything else.
Yeah,
so
gotta love it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna caveat that and also end it with this, except for my family. So we'll start it where we ended it.
Let's go.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on.
This has been awesome, and part 2 soon.
Part 2 soon. Stay tuned, guys.